All right, what are the topics we're going over?
Yeah, I mean, I got a few. And yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll give you some that I pulled out, and I'll let you decide where you want to start. We got a great conspiracy theory to pick things up with, Project MK Ultra. There is the time America nominated a pig for president. The Roosevelt assassination, to be clear, Teddy Roosevelt. We could talk about presidential rankings, Mount Rushmore. Any of those stand out to you?
There was one that you texted me that I thought was really, really good. Well, all of them I thought were really good.
Yeah, I mean, they're all amazing, though, right?
The Yippie Party, that's the one with the pig.
Pegasus.
The Confederate statue controversy.
Yeah.
Unfinished paintings, particularly the famous 1783 Treaty of Paris painting.
Sure, yeah.
Let's do the pig.
Yeah, let's do it. So,
and who's the Yippie Party? Because that's kind of recent, 1968.
Yeah, so I will say, especially in now having gotten to teach U.S. history for a couple of years now, and I've started to drill down on what my favorite units are and all that. And I got to say, I think that the 1960s is easily one of the most fascinating time periods in the United States. A lot of it is terrible, to be clear. It's not like it's all good, especially the 60s. There's a lot of bad. But, I mean, with the civil rights movement that is impacting not just Black Americans, but also the LGBTQ plus community, Asian Americans, Native Americans, they all have a piece in that civil rights movement. Makes it a really compelling time period. One of the biggest parts of the 60s, though, that you're probably familiar with is the anti-war movement, in rejection of the Vietnam War. And so by 1968, we've got this presidential election coming up. At this point, Lyndon Johnson, who is the Democratic president, has bowed out of that race. He's not going to run for another term. The Vietnam War has made him deeply unpopular at this point, and the Democratic Party in general has actually been kind of branded as the pro-war party because they've overseen this escalation of Vietnam. So the Democrats, they're on the ropes. Republicans, at least from like a younger person's perspective, Republicans are also not a choice because they, even at that time, are starting to represent more conservative social values and things like that, anti-drug movements and all of that. So they're not a choice for the young party, for the younger population. You also have the American Independent Party, which is fronted kind of by this guy named George Wallace. He's a governor in the South. He makes a run for president as well. Is literally a pro-segregationist platform, like literally will actively campaign on segregating the United States. So those are like your three main choices, not exactly a good selection for younger Americans. And so you get this party popping up called the Yippie Party, which
Independent.
Yeah, they're none of the three. They're technically, it's called the Youth International Party. And they are a very much like, they're a slice of American counterculture. They're a rejection of all three of the major candidates running for office. Like they're deeply anti-war. They're deeply pro-drug. I think on a number of their flags, it literally like has a marijuana leaf on it. Like that's their thing. And they start to make a name for themselves, not only in this year, but in the years going forward, for often performing like political theatrics. And in 68, they nominate I think like 2-year-old female pig.
What happened if they won?
So technically, it's not a legitimate nomination. So this pig never got on like a ticket.